Hello there AppSpy viewers, my name's Peter and I've got a hands-on video for you. This time it is with Motorsport Manager. So this is the sort of main page that you see. At the top there you can see AppSpy Motorsport, that's my team racing name because obviously AppSpy represent in all video games. We were just looking at our headquarters, that's where we're developing different cars and being awesome. This is Nigel, he's the expert. Looks a lot like Nigel Mansell, but you didn't hear that from me. Car development, the more staff you have working on a car, the faster your car will be in the race. Staff have a high monthly cost, but are cheap to hire and fire. So let's increase our staff by a bit more and hire those staff. So obviously you just saw there at the top that that is going to cost me some more money, and that's fine. I've got a budget. You can see that my monthly profit is $22,000 and I've got $1.25 million in the bank at the moment, so that's fine. Here are my drivers. We've got Landon Manning, age 26, and Carol Tanfield, age 33. Carol is doing well, she did really well in the first race, but now she's letting me down. My man Landon, he's pulling in a lot of sponsors. And talking about sponsors, here they are. This is Eric's Electric. They're my primary sponsor, 29 grand bringing me in. Then we've got Penguin Toys and Whole Bean Coffee bringing it up the rear. And when I went with Penguin Toys, people said, "Oh, I don't like the logo, it's going to ruin the look of the car." And I said, "Screw you, it's about the money." We're going to go to our message feed here. This is kind of like Twitter. Got my lucky AppSpy Motorsport t-shirt on for my hot date tonight. Pretty cool, right? I guess so. I guess you are pretty cool, actually. We can take off and include lots of different people in our Twitter-esque feed. So I can see that Carol Tanfield, here's hoping that beating Manning will show my friends in the media that I'm the top dog at AppSpy. You know what, though, Tanfield? I think it was a lucky win, I'll be honest with you, but I won't tell her that because I've got to manage her contract, and these are my drivers and I can renew or release them, yeah, so she is on thin ice. I'm just saying that. I can also change the team colours, change my team name, I can change my name if I really want to. So this is, anyway, so these are kind of menus. I mean, it's quite a menu-driven game. Oh, dilemma. A rival team has approached me. I think we should talk about a new contract. Now, I can tell Carol to shove off, or I can negotiate. I'm going to negotiate with her because I quite like her and I do see potential in her. Recommended offer is $2 grand for 24 months and equal status. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say, you know what? Yes, that's fine. I'm going to make you that offer. She's accepted the contract. She's on board for 24 months. That's fine. I'm going to keep her on. Tanfield has signed a new 24-month contract with AppSpy. Apex Appeal is a media outlet, and you can see how the I love that little bit of quote at the end. I love how the media is involved as well, and how the media kind of portrays motorsport and your team basically. And we're on to another dilemma. So here we are. So I can either go with a design upgrade or a manufacturing upgrade. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay the extra money and go with a design upgrade. We're spending money, but we're going to spend money to make some money, hopefully. Let's continue. Profits and loss. We've lost $250,000 from May. Fine. We've had a few outgoings. We've upgraded our headquarters. We've done all sorts of stuff. More mail. That's why Motorsports need to get their act together. Hashtag specialists in failure. I want to see you guys win for years to come. At AppSpy Motorsport. I'm a fan for life. I might actually set that Twitter feed up. Actually, I shouldn't do that. But if anybody's watching this and wants to, please feel free. Start qualifying. So we're going to qualify now. This is the British Racing Series. It's the lowest series, and it is round 3 of 6. I've played this game for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm very, very low at the moment in this game because it is really in depth at times, and I wanted to bring you a very quick hands-on video for you. Just to clarify, the game is not out at the moment. We've got our hands on a beautiful little test flight build, so things can change, but you know what? Yeah, like, it's pretty slick, as you can already tell. There's a suggested setup of neutral, gear ratio, and aerodynamics on straight being sort of tuned for straights, and my sponsor objective says qualify a car in 2nd or above and we'll get 80 grand for it, and I could really use that money because obviously I've had quite a lot of outgoings. A lap is divided into 3 sectors. The sectors give you a guide on how your driver is performing on the current lap. Fastest sector time of all drivers. Driver has set their best time to date. Sector time is slower than their fastest, so that's fine. So we're currently qualifying. We have 12 minutes, as you can see at the top of the screen there. It ticks down. There's different playback speeds. I've got it paused at the moment so I can actually talk to you, and let's get going with this. So I'm going to send out Manning, who is currently defaulted into 9th, and what we're going to do with this is set those aerodynamics to straights, and we're going to put the gear ratio on top speed. I'm going to send them out for 3 laps, send them out, and the timer now starts ticking. Tanfield, I want to send you out as well. We're going to go with straights, but acceleration with Tanfield. And what I'm going to do here as well is, you know, I can think to myself, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to go with a hard tyre, which is obviously, they're more durable, but then they're not as good for grip, or wet, which are really, you know, for wet driving. And there is weather, but I'm going to go with soft tyres there, and 2 laps instead of 3. So if there are tweaks that I need to make, because it wasn't the recommended setup, then I can bring them in as quickly as possible. Time goes down at the top of the screen, as you can see there, but I'm going to triple that speed, and it has that nice little light braking effect there when you change from different things. It has that sort of refracts all of those colours. I think that's a really slick move. And I can swap my camera look. I can keep a look on Manning, who I'm really keen to see improve, so I'm going to triple that time, and it zooms up to a really nice view of the field. So Manning is in 1st with a fast lap, and no, Tanfield's now in 1st. That's awesome. So I'm going to hit play, and we're back to a normal speed. So both Manning and Tanfield are doing really, really well. I've got a 1-2 on the in qualifying at the moment. At the top, below their profiles, you see S with a little sort of ticking down little clock sort of a bar thing. That is the wear on their soft tyres, and if I wanted, I could hit cancel lap for Manning. I could bring them in. I can do all these different things. Go and have a quick look at the live timings instead of the actual feed. Here's all this stuff. The video feed's actually in the bottom left. I can expand that back out because that's a bit more interesting for video, and you've got the weather on the left there. This is really complicated sort of mechanically, but it's actually really simple to play once, and the tutorial is really effective, and it guides you through the game. The tutorial is really just kind of very obvious and very much set up. Oh, okay, so we're going to need to send these guys out again. I'm going to change to acceleration for you. I'm going to send you out for 2 laps or whatever, but with you, we're going to get you out on top speed, Tanfield. See what happens there. Let's speed things up again. So it is quite complicated. There is a lot that you have to think about, but actually that's quite good, and I think motorsport fans are really going to lap that up. People who watch, you know, 6 hours of qualifying over a weekend, and then a full race for 2 hours, and 2 hours of you know, commentary either side of it. I think they're going to really dig this, and this is slick. Now obviously Formula 1, there's nothing, you know, there's no branding on this or anything like that. It certainly isn't, you know, Nigel Mansell, it isn't, you know, Formula 1, and it isn't, you know, all of these proper sponsors or anything like that, but it doesn't matter because it feels authentic without needing the actual you know, sponsorship and licenses and all that sort of stuff. And it allows them to do interesting and quirky things like that Twitter-esque stuff. So I've completed my objective, and I've got 80 grand in the bank. Cha-ching, pocketed that. And I can see that Manning, who obviously I updated my I didn't update my contract with, has actually done better than Tanfield. So Tanfield, I'm starting to think, you know, do I drop Tanfield at some point? We're up there. That's all I could ask for today. Happy with my performance. Landon Manning really is a gorgeous man, because always positive things to say. Was even saying, oh, I'm in the midfield. Oh, I really enjoy being in, you know, in 4th or 5th. You know, and I was just like, oh, that's awesome. So okay, so I'm going to quickly go to my car setup, and obviously we've got our wets on automatically because it is raining, and let's start the race. Bit of a mixed bag so far this season, but today I'm going to get on that podium. You know what, Manning? I think you are. I really, really hope you do. So we're going to quickly flick through. Montana Uni has been a real thorn in my side, and like won every race so far. And but I've got a 2 and a 4. That's pretty good. So I'm going to hit continue. Here's Nigel. use the strategy button to ask a driver to push if they have a clear track in front of them. Drivers who are pushing will drive faster. So obviously I've done these actually in previous races, but the game's kind of pushing me forward to kind of think about that sort of stuff. Now Manning is actually currently in first, so I'm thinking to myself, keep neutral, Manning, because if you push too hard, you're gonna screw things up, I reckon. But you know what, Tanfield, you need to push yourself. We want to see more from you, Tanfield. So let's triple the speed there, first and second. Now hopefully Manning and Tanfield will give me the 1-2. Oh, hello, Tanfield's into first, because obviously pushing hard. Now pushing hard does mean that she's actually wearing into those wets a little bit more, and that is problematic, because if she's really going for it, and you know she's wearing into those wets, then it means I'm going to have to get her to come in much sooner, and that's problematic, obviously, because if I pit, then there's all sorts of chances that people are going to overtake me, use that downtime to kind of get in front, and then I have to work through the pack again. But I think if we play it strategically, and we think about how fast Tanfield and Manning are going to be able to get through there. Now, I'm thinking I can probably get one more lap out of them before they really need to start thinking about pitting. Maybe a few more, actually. Third, and Tanfield's in 9th. Okay. Tanfield's doing really poorly at the moment, so let's go into Tanfield and have a think. What do I want her to do? I think what we want you to do is we're going to get you to push, because a 10th is no good to me. Manning doing well, calm, collected, really, you know, the Iceman, the Schumacher. My tyres are worn, and I'm struggling for grip. Can I pit for new tyres? So she's got a quarter left. What do I want to do? This is a real dilemma for me. I'm going to say, you know what, you're in 10th. I don't want you to crash out. It is raining, so I'm thinking, well, if other people crash out, there might be a chance that she gets into the sort of top 6 or whatever it is, just by the fact that, you know, it's raining and it's dangerous conditions. So let's confirm that one. So Tanfield's going to pit in. Manning still has half left and is in second and is in first. Oh my word, this is rather exciting. And obviously, you know, we're really far and above the action, even at the closest view. And I can spin the camera around, by the way, just to kind of take a look at different things from a different angle, but there's literally no point. But it's just as exciting. Yes, there's no direct action or anything like that, but it's flipping exciting. I've got Manning in first, and Manning I'm absolutely rooting for, and it's my team. It's not Ferrari, and it's not, you know, it's not who else, Red Bull Racing or anything like that. I'm not rooting for any of those dweebs. I'm rooting for AppSpy Motorsport, and I've got my main man Manning in first, and that's awesome. And I'm developing a bit of a hatred for Tanfield, who, even though she's pushing as hard as she possibly can, is only in 6th, and she's asking for more money. And in the back of my head, I'm watching this, and I'm seeing in the top left, I can see, look, the rain has stopped. That means that at some point the track will become drier, and we can probably maybe pit in, and we can put on some better tyres. Let's speed up things. So okay, Landon Manning has a dilemma. The track is drying up. Shall I pit this lap for dry weather tyres? Now, this is a real question I have to answer, because what if it starts raining again and I've put dries on? That puts Manning in a real problem. But you know what? We're going to do it. I'm going to say, okay, pit in this lap because you've only got a quarter left, and we're going to put you on softs. Actually, should we put you on softs or should we put you on hards? Let's put you on hard tyres. Confirm that one. Tanfield still, you know, and Tanfield not a clever enough driver to actually say, oh yeah, maybe I should pit in. It's a real problem. So I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, shall I get rid of her eventually? I think what we're going to do is get you to pit as well, but we're going to put you on softs, Tanfield. Tanfield's had a real, that's the kind of problem that you end up with, where she's had to pit twice in quick succession. That's really going to harm her chances. But Manning is on hards and is remaining in first. We were zipping through these races now. We are now halfway through, just coming up on halfway through this race, and Manning's doing really well, staying neutral, and has a huge advantage and a lead. And yes, they've got somebody racing up behind them, but I really think that as long as Manning stays calm, doesn't make any sloppy decisions, they're going to do really well. Tanfield wearing out those softs. I'm going to have to get her to stick to neutral and come in for some more soft tyres. This is, you know, this is really, really bad. Poor show there from Tanfield, or maybe it's my bad strategy. But do you see how excited I'm getting? And I'm just looking at the screen, and, you know, maybe this isn't making for the best video, but it is really, really thoroughly exciting. The game is not out yet. It is made by a guy called Christian West. And Pocket Gamer, our sister site, and here at AppSpy, we've been really, really keen to see more of this, and I'm so glad we've got this early build, because I think it confirms that this game is really, really shaping up to be super, super hot. Now, here we go. Let's quickly... what we're going to do is we're going to get Manning to pop in, grab some soft tyres, because he's nearly worn out the hard ones. He's going to pit stop, and this is going to be his final pit, definitely. Tanfield probably going to need to pit again, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to get her to pit, go soft, and then push, because I think Tanfield is the kind of driver who likes to be pushed. We're going to stay in our triple speed here for playback. Live timings, pretty good. I mean, yep, he's just got a really great lap time there, and I think we're going to make it to the end of this race without having to do any more pit stops. It's really tense. But yeah, this is just a hands-on. It's not a review or anything like that. We wanted to show you this game early, and I think that racing fans are really, really going to enjoy this. Lots of strategy, lots of personality, really well laid out. UI is excellent, and tyres are one I'm struggling for grip. She's already had 4 stops, and I think that's why Manning's doing so well. He's only done 2, and everybody else has kind of had 4 as well. I'm going to say no, wait a little bit longer, but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to get Tanfield to drive sort of neutrally rather than and kind of conserve some of the tyres. I think Tanfield might get overtaken. I would really adore a 1-2 finish. Oh my god, this is so exciting. Oh no, 3rd and 4th. 5th. Ah, Tanfield. If only Tanfield had been able to kind of hold on. There we are. Finished 1st. Wins the Manchester Grand Prix. Landon Manning there. Objective complete. Another 87 grand in the bank. So it's definitely worth the extra investment. Achievement unlocked there. 1st place. So let's see how the motorsport world has reacted to that. You know, look at that. 25 points. A really great time, and that's put them at the top of the Drivers' Championship, and it's put me, the team, at the top of the Constructors' Championship. Very exciting. Manchester Trophy is mine, says Tanfield. What a feeling. Now, not happy with my driving out there today. Shouldn't be spinning at this level. So clearly this is a work in progress. This is a test flight build, as I say, so probably the other person should have come on there and said, I've got the trophy, but yeah, so there are improvements to be made here. Congratulations to the AppSpy Motorsport team. Work today here in the office, so we could watch. Proud to sponsor such a great team. And Downforce Daily, Manning wins. You know, this is really... So the media world and the are really excited. The sponsors are happy, and hopefully as I progress and as I continue, I'm going to unlock even more things. It means I can advance into different championships and upgrade all of my headquarters and all of these things, and improve the way that I build out my team. I'm not going to upgrade that one. Oh, no, I shouldn't do that one. So there's a lot of longevity, it looks like, here as well. I think this is going to be really awesome. This is just a quick hands-on for you, although I've probably rambled on too long. I just got too excited. Are you going to be grabbing this game? Because I genuinely do think it looks pretty cool. Obviously we'll have even more on it on AppSpy going forward, but yes, Motorsport Manager, look out for it very soon. This is Peter with appspy.com. We review, you decide.